It's as if it's my last day. I appreciate everything that I now see. I appreciate people better. I try to take care of myself, you know. I try to diet as much as possible. I'm still in the process of getting better, physically better. I'm thinking about running a half marathon, maybe. I hope so. If not, maybe a 10K. But I'm going to get back up and get back in shape, you know. I still feel weak, you know. I don't feel as strong as I used to. You got to diet good. You got to remember to take your medicines that they give you. Go get a colonoscopy every 2 or 3 years. Basically, go get examined, you know, every 6 months or whenever your doctor tells you to come back, you know. But stay on top of it. You know, prevention is so important. I mean, a lot of people out there just don't even care, you know. They're scared of finding out that they have cancer. And I tell them, well, if you don't find out now, you're going to pay later. I mean, look, you've seen what I had to go through, you know. I had to stay away from people that had colds, you know, because your blood cells, you know, they get affected by the chemo. You can get infections a lot easier. Your blood cells are one of the things that take oxygen to your bloodstream, to your muscles and everything, and that it gets affected, and then you get tired, you know. So basically, you just got to take care of yourself. You always got to be careful, you know. Right now, I still have tingling and numbness on the end of my fingers and on my toes, which is part of what taking chemo, and they can't draw blood out from my veins as easy as they used to, you know. They have to either take it up here, you know. I got eczema, which I never did get, and I got hives that I never had. So all this stuff that came because of chemo, even though it's not that big, as I can deal with that, you know. You know, so it's better for you to get out there and just, you know, get screened every year or every 2 years, whatever it is, and, you know, play it safe. You don't have to suffer like I did.
Tomorrow, if you don't mind, how old are you?
I'm 53 years old.
Okay, all right.
Can I make a comment, not to cut off?
Go.
I think that you've been an excellent role model to your young basketball players and their parents, because oftentimes people think that cancer is only an old person's disease, and it's a person's disease that smokes and has an unhealthy lifestyle.
Right.
And in your case, you were doing everything right, and then you know, you have cancer. So it's a perfect way for young people and their parents to learn from you. And plus, you were in the public eye enough so that you affected a lot of people. And I have to tell you, thank you for doing that, because it's a really important message to get out to people, not to wait too long.
Not to wait. I waited too long. But like I said, there was no symptom. I mean, I guess it was the blood, okay? But like I said, sometimes you're in denial. You go, no, I've had this before, you know, I've had this bleeding before. So
so you would have been 50, 51 at the time?
50, I think I was 51. Let me see, 51, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Any family history, Romero?
No family history at all. Mostly my family is all diabetes. But no cancer. And I asked my doctor, why me? He says, well, it's bad luck. He says, there's 4 reasons. We're living longer, stress, environment, you know, and our diet. So, you know, I tried, you know, right now I'm trying to get back into a better diet, but it seems like when I had cancer, I couldn't eat certain things that get you sick. You know, I was denied. So now I'm taking advantage of eating as much as possible. All the food that I shouldn't be eating, but eventually I'm going to have to get back onto my diet, you know. So. And
then you've educated your son about the importance of starting to get screened early.
Yes, I do. Oh, yes, I am. I'm always on them. You know, I don't think you have to wait till you're 50. Because when I was in the cancer center, I seen teenage kids, you know, and that was pretty sad watching that, these poor kids, you know, in there. So that made me think, is that you don't have to be 50.
No.
You know, cancer is not prejudice.
Yeah, and with colorectal cancer, I mean, they encourage people to start at the age of 50, but if you have family history of it, you need to start early.
I would, yeah, I would.
I mean, early as 40. Or, so, and it just depends on the situation too, you know, how old that family member was when they found the polyp or when they died from cancer.
I think they actually say 10 years before your family member presented with it. So, you know, your son should probably look, you know, in his late 30s.
Right.
So.
Yes.
Yeah, so important. It's important too for people to listen to their bodies, you know.
Right.
If something is wrong, get into the doctor, because you know your body. I mean, you know when something's up.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And I was tired most of this. Okay, like I said, I didn't know actually. There were the symptoms like tiredness. And there was another one, I can't remember which one it was. Well, the bleeding too. Okay, but I didn't know. I was kind of ignorant about that, you know. Because who was going to get cancer? I didn't think I was going to get cancer. I thought I was a strong person, you know. I could run miles, I could lift weights, I could coach all day. And I thought, no, it's not going to happen to me. And by golly, it happened to me.
Well, I remember when I found out about it, because at that time my daughter was on your basketball team, and when she came home and told me, I was surprised because, yeah, you would never had guessed that, you know, Romero would get cancer because you've always been healthy and active and.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was shocked. I mean, I was, when I got the news about it, I was devastated. And the support that I had was my wife. My wife was like my nurse. She was always on my side, you know, just ready to take care of me. I mean, she was always at the hospital making sure the nurses were out there taking care of me. I mean, whenever they took me in for an x-ray or everything, she was right there was a doctor. You know, and the doctors were explaining to her what's happening, and then she explained it to me. And so you need some kind of support, and she was the greatest. And my nurses, Sarah Lee and Jenny, nurses out there at the cancer center were great. They would make you laugh, and they would just take care of you. And Dr. Francisco and Nurse Carol, they were amazingly good. And my dietitian, Abby, and all the people that are there to help you. I mean, you got all sorts of supports. You got your group support every Monday. They meet every Monday over there at the Cancer Center.
Do you attend those meetings?
No, I don't, and that's another thing about cancer. Cancer is really, I still got to get over it. I still have to find myself where I feel comfortable, where I can go back to the Cancer Center. I still go back there when I have to get checked up, but if I don't have to go, I won't go. It's just something I have to overcome. But you have all sorts of support groups over there financially. They help me out there too. They got two good ladies over there who I forgot their names, but they know who they are, and they help me out a lot. They're so caring, and thank God that I had them. And plus, I had some of the nurses there. I coach their kids too, so they knew me. They know how Romero was. And but you know, I really had great support. But I think it's my wife and God who helped me get through there, and plus my sports. You know, and then good parents like you. You know, you guys came to visit me in the hospital. The nurses thought I was a movie star or something because I had kids and flowers and all sorts of stuff. But I'm lucky, you know. I think I finally found out why I'm in this world, you know. And that's because I think for kids, you know. And if I live another 20 years, that'd be great. You know.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming today, Romero.
Thank you for having me
story.
Here.
Is there one last thing that you would like to tell the public then?
Yes, just make sure, get screened. It will help you from going through so many problems. I mean, you don't want to go through what I did. It's horrible. I can't even describe it. I still have bad nightmares about it, but it saved my life. This thing, chemo, you know, a lot of people are scared of it, but it helped me out. It made me live. I'm still alive now, and but you know, get screened, and get, you know, do it for yourself, do it for your family, you know.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you, Romero.
Thank you.
Thank you
guys.
very much.
All right.
Thank you.